Braves and Brewers, as earlier in the week, the Braves traded Flowers and Bonifacio to the Twins in return for minor leaguer Zach Granite and catcher John Ryan Murphy. Julio Teheran's out for 1 to 2 months, so Aaron Blair gets the call-up from AAA Gwinnett. He'll be facing the Brew Crew here. Top half of the first, strikes out Marcus Thames on the up-and-end fastball. Move on to the bottom half of the first, where Chase Anderson was on the hill for the Brew Crew. He's gotten off to a bad start to the season, but in the first inning, he would get Markakis to dribble back to him for the final out. So we move on to the bottom of the third now, where the action starts. J.R. Murphy going opposite way past the first baseman Thames for a little single, so he's on first base. That brings up Joe Jackson, the recent call-up, who lines a pitch off the face of Chase Anderson, but in typical fashion, he is completely fine. So now it's runner on second with 1 out as the pitcher Aaron Blair gets one into left field, makes it runners on the corners for the Braves. Next batter up is Inciarte. He hits a little chopper over to first base. They go to second with it, get Blair. Run comes in, makes it a 1-0 Atlanta lead. Inciarte's on first. He goes and swipes second base. Gets in there just before the throw. So he's in scoring position. Adonis Garcia then takes the 1-1 pitch right back up the middle. Inciarte is going to score from second. It's an RBI single for Adonis Garcia. 2-0 Braves is the score. Then Nick Markakis comes up and hits one into left field. That'll land in for a base knock. First and second upcoming for the Braves. Brings up Freddie Freeman. Takes the full count. Up the middle into center field for a single. 1 run does come in, and it makes it a 3-0 Atlanta lead. As we move on to the top half of the fourth, where the home runs start happening for the Brewers, as Travis Shaw, the mayor of Ding Dong City, says hello to the waterfall in center field, and it makes it a 3-1 ballgame. 14th home run of the season for Travis Shaw, 424 feet. Now we move on to the top half of the fifth. Ryan Braun, 3-1 game, takes a pitch in right field for an RBI single, as VR is able to score all the way from second, makes it a 3-2 1-run ball game. That would knock Blair out of the game. He gives up 2 runs, and then we move on to the bottom half of the fifth. 3-2 game as Freddie Freeman, or correction, Alex Leedy rips one into the right center field gap, scores Freeman from first base, and makes it a 4-2 game. And then Josh Colementher comes in for the Braves into the bullpen in the top half of the sixth, and he gives up a home run to Domingo Santana. Braves pitchers just cannot keep the ball in the ballpark this game, as that makes it a 1-run game. 4-3 Atlanta is the score. That was Santana's 5th home run of the season. Luis Ortiz comes out of the pen for the Brew Crew here in the 6th inning. Bottom half of the 6th, runners on the corners. Markakis rips one into left field. They're going to send the runner from third, and he's testing the arm. It is way wide. Runner slides in, makes it a 5-3 Braves lead. Akil Morris, recently called up from AAA Gwinnett, takes the mound, and he gives up a home run as well. This one's into the right center field bullpen. Hits off the very top of the wall just before the stands. Marcus Thames, his 8th home run of the season, makes it a 1-run game, 5-4 Atlanta. Move on to the bottom half of the 7th, where J.R. Murphy rips one off the diving glove of the shortstop, makes it bases loaded as everybody is safe with nobody out. Joe Jackson then comes up, the great-great-grandnephew of shoeless Joe Jackson, rips one into right field. That's a 1 RBI single for him. It is now a 6-4 Atlanta lead. Brandon Phillips comes in to pinch hit, and he's going to rip one off the jumping glove of the second baseman VR. 1 run comes in on that as well, makes it a 7-4 Atlanta lead. Tommy Malone would then enter out of the bullpen for the Brewers, as it's still nobody out. 3-1 count to Inciarte. He bloops one into left field. 1 run comes in. Jackson rounds third. He will score as well, but then the runner at third is gunned down, but it's an RBI double for Inciarte nonetheless. And then Adonis Garcia comes up, hits one into center field, scores Inciarte, makes it a 10-4 Atlanta lead. The Braves would bring in Chris Medlin, the new closer, even though it's not a new save situation, and he would get a ground ball for the final out to Swanson, as that is how the cookie crumbles in this one, as the Atlanta Braves come out on top over the Milwaukee Brewers by a score of 10-5. Brewers drop to 30-49 on the year, while the Braves improve to 36-40. Ender Inciarte got himself Player of the Game honors. He went 2 for 5 with a 3 RBI day. John Ryan Murphy 4 for 4. He had a double and 3 singles. Alex Leedy got the start at third. He had an RBI double. He went 2 for 5. Adonis Garcia had 2 RBI singles. He was 2 for 5. Josh Colementher gets the win out of the bullpen, while Chase Anderson gets his 8th loss of the season. He gives up 10 hits, 4 runs, and the Braves come out on top 10-5. With that being said, it's going to wrap things up here for this edition of Atlanta Braves Baseball. I've been your host, Jersey Born, and I'm saying goodbye.
I am not materialistic, I was broke my whole life, and no, I don't miss it. Last 7 years of my life was in a lab, working every day, giving it everything I had. Now that a brother is finally recognized, I will not let the limelight hypnotize. Everybody be sure, I'ma always want more. Does anybody make real shit anymore?